Hello. When we previously looked at the control panel itself, it had a lot of items on it, and we get access to it through two means. We can either go to the Start menu and select the control panel, or there might even be an icon on the desktop for this as well. So I'm not sure if that's on, but you always find it through this Start menu. Now, what we saw before, this is the appearance of a classic view of the control panel, and we worked with the mouse, but there are many other components. For example, we can add or remove software. We also can install new hardware, which basically, when you install hardware on today's computers, it is basically plug and play. So Windows is very friendly to be able to do this for you in the background. Now, one thing that is often visited is the security center here, to be able to set up good security on your computer and activate the blocker on it for people to be able to get into your computer and make changes. It is strongly advised to visit this center once you get onto the web and initialize the level of security that you want. Now over here, sounds and audio devices, I have adjusted that to accommodate and set the loudness of my microphone as I use my computer to dictate. There are other things of interest. For example, user accounts. You are the administrator of your own computer, and you can restrict others from using your computer the same way as what you do. An example is in our computer lab, we have a teacher sign in as well as a student sign in. As the teacher, I'm able to install programs and make certain changes on the computer, whereas the students don't. We had to do that so that people are unable to mess up the computers too much. There are other things to activate as well. I am going to be activating my wireless network very soon here, since I have that activated for other components on my system, and I will be able to do this through this menu. Now, like I said, this is a classic view, and on the left side we have an option to switch to category view, which is new to Windows XP. This is the category view that I have pressed that button, and take notice it looks more accommodating, that they have grouped several utilities in each of this. Printers is very much, I pay a lot of attention to that and modify or update the drivers to my printers and be able to get them to work properly. I also had to move them around on my network, so I had to give them new identities. Network and internet connections can be set, and basically it might even have a wizard to do that for you. In here we have separated, add and remove programs that it goes into that function and set your sounds. However, today we are looking at the performance and maintenance of a hard drive. Not too many people are very sensitive on that area, and it's a good habit to take some time to make the maintenance on your hard drive to keep it running smoothly. Now, as I go into that selection, hard disk maintenance is very necessary, and as files are stored on the disk, they get what is called fragmented. And when they get fragmented, it means that the computer has to bring more parts together to present a single document on the screen for you. If it is properly taken care of, your different components will be kept at a common location and be able to be loaded very quickly. Now when we go into that selection, what we're doing is we are cleaning up, freeing up space on your hard disk. In other words, we are going to take out some temporary files or files that you don't need anymore and free up that space. However, remember, when you delete files and even clean out the trash can, those files are still on the background until that space is reused. Only when that space is reused is when those programs actually disappear from your computer. So what we're doing is, when we remove files from your hard drive, we are freeing up that space for this to take place. When we click on that, we get this, we're into a wizard again, and what we realize that when you get your computer, you only have one hard drive to do this on. So, and that is C. In my case, with my computers, I have more than one drive on there, and I can perform this operation on multiple drives. However, at this time, you only have drive C. This screen is the next screen that comes up, and it takes a little bit of time for it to come up, because the wizard will go and evaluate your your computer for what you have on there. Take notice that on the right side here, it actually tells me how much space is being consumed by these programs. And if you want to keep your downloaded program files, you deselect the check mark on the left side, and they will not be removed. But basically, when there is a lot of temporary files on there, they will often fill up your disk very quickly. For the size of your disk that you get from us, they are not the biggest disk around. So you might want to keep on top of this function. Your computer can be upgraded to a sizable drive and keep under $100. So as long as you keep your computer the way it is, I believe that you're going to have to be sensitive to how many files that are on your computer that are no longer needed. Now, when you decide to go ahead and make the choice to have those files removed, this will come up, and actually the only button there is to cancel this operation. Depending upon how many files is being removed will determine how long it takes. And this little bar, there's a little mark there, it'll grow as the bar goes all the way across for everything to be removed. When it gets finished, it will end and go back out. Now, on this portion, the only thing left to talk about is the basic information on your computer. In the old days, we had a utility that was called What Am I? And it would give this type of information. When we go on that, this is a screen that we get. This is one of the ways to get it. There are different ways to see this screen, but it will give the basic information of what operating system I'm working with, and what version it is, and it has Service Pack 3 on it. It's licensed to me with my license number, and the processor that I'm working with, as well as the speed and how much memory I have. So with that in mind, we will be ready to move on to the next unit.